This is going to be a video product review of the Nooie baby monitor. It is a 1080p pet camera, baby camera, security camera, home security camera. It does motion tracking. It has great IR night vision, two-way audio, motion and sound detection. This is the camera. It comes with a power cord, comes with your AC adapter. We have 4 screws, 4 anchors, a mounting bracket, some instructions on how to put this together. So the first step is I'm going to install the Nooie app on my cell phone, and then we will continue from there. The Nooie Cam is a 360-degree HD high-definition super IR night vision camera, filming in 1080p. It has night vision up to 32 feet in pitch black. We will be testing that out soon. It has a turn on and off status light. It also accepts an SD card. It detects motion and sound. I believe you can turn that on and off. It has two-way audio. I also think you can turn that on and off. I believe they offer a cloud package, or you can record to an SD card, and that is why I want this, so I can record to an SD card. I want to be able to watch my dog during the day and see what she's doing when I'm not home. The app is going to want access to photo, media, and files on your device, obviously, so that it can write data to the SD card, so that is okay. It also wants access to make and manage phone calls. I don't know why it needs that. I don't know if that is to do text messages, but for now I'm going to allow that, and I believe you can always shut that off if you need to. It wants an email and password, so obviously you're going to have to set up an online account with them. I don't know if that is needed strictly for cloud or SD only, but I'm going to set it up. Now that the app is installed, which needs a password and an email so they can verify you, they give you a verification code, I am now going to plug in the AC adapter and the power plug it into the camera, and then I'm going to add the camera. Behind the screen, we have a microphone, we have a status light. Over here, we have a speaker, there is a reset button, there is a power jack for your cord, and the SD card goes in behind here somewhere. I will find that in a minute. Power is on, status light is on, and now I'm going to add the camera in the app. You have an option for the 4 different type of cameras that they make. Wait approximately 15 seconds until the indicator light flashes red. And then we are going to press the red light on. And now I'm going to sign in with my Wi-Fi password. Now you put the QR code in front of the camera and let it read everything. And then you will hear a beep. You might run into the exact same thing. I couldn't get it to read the QR code. Remove the sticker from the front that is protecting the lens. And now let's try it and see what happens. All right, we just heard the beep, which means that the camera has just been accepted, I believe. We have a white flashing light now instead of a red flashing light. Cell phone is now pairing to the camera. I've been having a problem getting the camera to pair with the cell phone. Make sure you check your settings. Your cell phone needs to be connected to a 2.4 gigahertz router. I had mine connected to the 5 gigahertz. So check to make sure you are connected to 2.4 on your cell phone before you do the pairing. My biggest problem with setting this up was I was connecting to a 5G instead of a 2.4G. I ended up pressing the reset button on the camera. I put all the passwords back in. Everything started up perfectly. So if you don't get it the first time, don't give up. It's probably a mistake that you were making, just like a mistake that I was making. The camera started up and I had an incredibly beautiful picture. But I am doing the update. You're going to get an update for the firmware. Make sure you do that so that you can get all the updates and the software updates. Camera settings are audio recording, status light, rotate image, motion tracking, motion detection, sound detection, storage, and camera sharing. You can share the camera with other people, giving them permission to view what you are recording. So I'm going to put an SD card in here now and do some recording and test this out. They do offer you cloud service. I think it's $5 a month for 7 days of access, which is fairly impressive. And the thing that makes them stand out compared to anybody else, AWS, that's Amazon Web Service. So you're not dealing with a Ring or a Nest or an Arlo where you're on their servers. You're dealing with Amazon. Police departments, theaters, movie companies, media companies, everybody uses Amazon Web Service. So I'm going to install the SD card now. One final thing I had a problem with, I could not figure out where to put the SD card. There are no instructions at all on how to do that. All you do is you take the camera area, you turn it up like that, that's the SD card, put the contacts facing down, push it in, make sure you hear a little snap, pop, and then you're ready to record. I just put a 64 gig card in there. I'm going to format it, confirm. So the reason I'm showing you all of this is because these are things that all users are going to run into. And I know you want to see what the video is going to look like, but when you're setting up the camera, this is really important. One of the features they have is loop recording, which allows you to record, fill up your SD card, and if it's completely filled up, it will start recording from the beginning again. You can turn that off, and that way, once the card is filled up, that is all the data that it's going to accept. Really quick, we will go through the menu. Storage, 64 gig card, no loop, sound detection, and from what I understand, well, you have different options for low, medium, high, or to turn it off. Sound detection, you can control it by the day and the time. And I've read that you're going to get a lot of notifications with your sound detection. So you might want to turn that off if it becomes too difficult for you. You also have motion detection. We have rotate. It's probably a 180, so you can hang it up on the ceiling. Motion tracking, probably something that you would want to put on. Status light, that's the status light on the front of the camera. And audio recording, if you want to make a recording of your audio. I have the camera looking at my blinds. Now I noticed a feature, I don't know if I'm happy with this or not. We are doing tracking. So when I have a pen and I move it over towards here, it's going to track the pen, which is what you want it to do. But the problem I'm having is what happens if the camera is sitting over here and somebody walks in behind the camera. The camera does not know. I'm right behind the camera, I'm to the side right now. The camera doesn't know to track, so you might not get video if somebody comes in and the camera does not, see I'm over here, if it has nothing to track, it doesn't know to track for motion unless it sees something and then it does tracking. So I don't know if I like that. If you had that at the corner of the room and it was able to get a complete view of everything, then the tracking would be absolutely perfect. So this might be an okay feature. Let me test it out in darkness now. This is the camera looking across the room with all the blinds closed and just a little bit of light coming in from the window. You can zoom in or out with your fingers, which is an awesome thing. What's really freaky is when you move, this camera will track your movement. And it's just weird to watch this thing moving around the room. It is really hard to explain and to show in this video how cool this camera is. It's kind of scary. As I'm walking around the room, this thing is tracking my motion. I have the sound on now, and when I move around the room and I talk, It hears me and it follows me. I mean, it's freaky. I stood about 20 feet away across the room and it was able to see me walk into the front door, which is just mind-boggling to see. The dog is across the room. I'm going to walk over towards the dog. Hopefully you can see her on the camera. I don't know if you can. It's probably following me. Come here, come here, come here. So you should be able to see the dog. I'm hoping you can see the dog in the video. This is in a room with all the blinds and all the curtains closed on a very dark, gloomy afternoon. This camera is incredible. It's actually kind of freaky. As I keep saying, I am in total darkness right now, sitting on the floor, and the camera is seeing me in the dark. Now, I want to try to show you the dog in the doghouse so we can see what that looks like. But this is a black and white video. It's following me as I move. There goes the camera. Look at this. And the price is so reasonable. You're getting a really neat security camera. A great camera if you have a dog. I have a dog. This is, if you have a baby monitor, even a security camera for the house, and you can watch this on your cell phone. Oh my gosh, look at that. I just heard the camera click. It went into turning on the lights, and there's the dog in total darkness in her doghouse. You know, I don't want to talk and ramble on and make a really long video. There's only so much you can show on a review video. This camera is awesome. Took me a little bit of time to set up, and that's because I messed up on what I was doing. I love it. I absolutely love it. You might want to keep motion detection on. You might want to turn it off and just set the camera in the corner of the room and let it get a full view of the whole room. My review is 5 stars out of 5 stars. I'm glad I bought this. Hopefully this video helped you out. Any questions on how to set it up? We're going to go dark for a second. Camera's going to switch over into night mode. And there it is. Unbelievable. You definitely want to buy this. I am going to leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description of this video. If you click on it, you can buy the camera. It will help you. It will help me. And thanks for watching.